3, 2, 1. Y'all know how we do this thing. Back like Cook Krizak and New Jack in the 80s. You feel me? I'm gonna be real, bro. I'm tired. Y'all milking this shit, bro. Y'all really, really, really milking this shit. Let me let my camera catch up. We in the trenches. My bad. Get me out the trenches. I get some better equipment. Well, I'm gonna get some better software anyway. But that's just something I like to say. I ain't gonna lie. That's just something I like to say. Y'all gotta get me out the trenches. You feel me? I gotta get me out the trenches. But on a serious note, let me lock into the main screen. My shit going frame by frame, bit by bit, boy. Ugly ass, stupid ass. But anyway, let me lock in, bro. This is the second time I had to make this video. It's cool because the message gonna get out one way or another. We need to talk about the journalistic integrity in this case. There has been no respect or regards for the family in terms of the content that's being posted about this. When I say this shit is being milked, like this is a media ticket. And the thing is, I made that first video in efforts to share a unique perspective when it comes to my raw emotions about the human aspect, the soul, the spiritual aspect of this case. Not because it's David, but because of the circumstances and the values that surround this that can be used as a lesson to the world. There's trafficking going on every day. I hate to say it like that. There's crazy news stories on true crime, cut my wife up into teeny hot dog pieces and all type of craziness. But you know why this get the attention? Because of the social status and because of the values that are represented. Like I said in the first video, bro, we can't be perfect when it comes to eradicating it, but we can stand and guard and protect and shield the vulnerable, our homes, and our spiritual access, bro. I feel like because someone makes something that sounds good, because someone has the ability to look cool, we tend to just let them into our home. And I like to say some of the most poisonous and destructive forces come in the form of beauty. Some of the most poisonous and destructive forms come in the form of beauty. And the thing is, for one, I'm gonna be honest, bro. We need to separate ability and talent. I'm gonna say that shit again. We need to separate ability and talent. I kind of did some backtrack research, you feel me? And I seen a lot of people before this case really liked this dude, bro. They really felt like he was super talented. They feel like he had it. I've seen people say Romantic Homicide is the best love song they've ever heard. But the thing is, I've slightly knew about him. Like I said before, I seen his debut album on my homepage of my SoundCloud, but I ran past it for one reason or another. Child of God. So I just got that little inside feeling like, nah. But we so often allow for the quote unquote talented to just have total spiritual access over us. Our influences, the way we think, the way we dress, the way we move, the way we talk, the things we buy, how we wear the things we wear, how we talk, the way we talk, the specific little lingo, the specific little twang, the specific little ebonics. All that is influenced by the stars, quote unquote, by talent, and by these individuals that we give total access to the non-physical parts of our life. And we don't realize what it is that's being represented. Like I was talking to this with somebody really, really, really close to me. And they was like, they didn't know about this person before, but they was like, if I would have been listening to the, like if I would have been a fan, I would feel so violated. And it's because a lot of times we give that grace. We gonna give it. Like straight up, like, yeah, he said this in the song, man. You know, he did say you already died and I killed you and whoopty whoop whoop and whoop whoop and whoopty woo bam and swoopty swoop up and he shot him and popped him and blocked him and you feel me? When we get them niggas the grace of all graces, he ain't really do that. And a lot of times that be the case for real. A lot of times that actually does be the case. That actually is the case. But there's those times where there's the science, the psychology is there, the symbolism is there, everything is there, but still it's like, nah, he good. Like that's why I said in the first video, hopelessness. Like I hate that hopeless emo. Love me to the end, I'll kill you. Like, bro, why you killing shit you love, nigga? That's not love. Who lied? Who lied to you? That is not love, boy. Yes, love does come with tribulations and trials, as does life, nigga. But to rot and destroy and literally kill you to the core, that is not that, my boy. You just using titles wrong. And thing is, bro, the last video I made for this, the audio wasn't recording. I recorded 30 minutes before this. The audio wasn't recording. Bro, I was not saying none of this shit. Like, and the thing is, I wrote a big ass like 2-3 page outline, but it's crazy when you get into that flow. You don't even really need those references to outline when it's really in you. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like that's why people really rock with the first video, is because of the actually unique and such like heartfelt but raw, like imperfection being shown. Like that's what I want to be to the people. I want to be the people's champ. You feel me? But yeah, bro, it's like, is there really any more to say? Like the developments, the discovery of evidence, the seemingly endless like wave of coincidences. I literally like, bro, if this is either the worst case of coincidence that the humankind has ever seen ever, or this nigga is really in some way, shape, or form convicted for what we're for the allegations. Like he's convicted by the allegations to some degree. And like bro said in his video, I watched a video talking about how the media is milking this, and we get it, like he's cooked. And that's the facts. He's cooked. We get it. Let God, and sad to say in this perspective, but not, no, actually not even sad to say in this case. Let God and the justice system do his work, bro. Let God and the justice system do its work, bro. I'm not trying to make this video as long as 30 minutes again, bro. I'm not gonna lie around. Hold on, man. We're gonna just get to the point, you see. I got that, bro. I probably don't even click a video. They can't even click a video. Let me chill. Let me lock in. But yeah, bro, like we get it, bro. This nigga's cooked. But I do want to give a moment of silence to Celeste, her family, regardless of a broken home or this was happening. That's why she ran away. And bro, I ran away. And I'm gonna be honest. I come from a good ass crib, like a suburban moral structure, all that. Like, if I'm being real, I damn near had it perfect. Like low key. That's probably why I don't know. That's probably why my story ended up being the way it is and how I was so rebellious, because I feel like I didn't understand the value of the opportunity and surrounding love and family and circumstances that I had. I felt like it was just like, no, though, like what? Like it was in denial, and as well as other things that we all deal with. But nobody's perfect at the end of the day. But I don't know, bro. It just strikes a different nerve. Like who are these people that we just really allow into our homes, our hearts, our minds? We give symbolic praise to, symbolic worship. And it's like we don't even realize that the energy is being used as a current to fuel all type of shit that we really do not represent. Like, and then art is really the purest form of that representation, because it's the actual like representation through instruments, through organs, through frequency, through tone, through language. We use that as the representation of the spirit in a non-physical way. You can't grab and bag up a song. You get what I'm saying? So the music shit is really, really powerful, but I feel like with great power, of course, comes great, great, great responsibility. And I feel like this is just a situation of being consumed by the worst parts of that, instead of fighting and fighting and fighting and knowing you good, because that fight is really it's who you are. You're gonna fight anyway, but for what? And that's what I'm talking about. For what? And that's what I'm getting into, because a lot of times they get this opportunity to have this influence, to be recognized in a certain light, and they use it to do all of the most lower nature things, and we allow these people to just be our representatives, and that shit not cool. That's why I feel like I've always been into the underground. I'm gonna be real, because there was always a more I can actually choose something that actually somewhat represents what I want to represent. It's not just, okay, what 6 options I got on the radio today? Okay, this cool. This the least of the poison, this poison. I might only die in like 30 minutes. Like, like that's why I hate that whole like pick your poison type. Like, no, I don't want to be poisoned. That's the point. So it's like we really gotta guard the vulnerable, bro. Like there's so much I said that I'm like, should I try to get back to that point? Should I not? Like, it's just like at this point, I can't. This is not my fight. It's not my wrestle. I really think God is going to make it a way where the reality of His involvement is what He will get treated as in some way, shape, or form. He's going to basically get what He earned in whatever way that is. You get what I'm saying? Even that diving into our, wrote some outlines about the psychology. Why I can't give any grace to him, and I give so much grace to Celeste and her family, because the psychology of a 10 through 15-year-old. Do y'all remember being 10 through 15 years old? And I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't this psychologically sound. I wasn't this intellectually sound. I was not. So do y'all remember being 10, 15 years old and how invulnerable, how impressionable, and how let's just say influenced you were? We all were, bro. We all were. It is what it is. We all were. That's what having idols and influences and people you aspire to be, all that. That's what that is. But it takes. I feel like is we have. I am personally. I'm not gonna say we. I didn't mean to. I'm personally really selective about that. You get what I'm saying? So I've never been into any mainstream anything. Honestly, if I'm being honest, like I've never was. That's why I was always, I guess, looked at as like kind of weird, kind of different, kind of unique. That's just. I'm sorry. At this point, I just accepted it. Like I'm being me all out. That's why I'm so relentless with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I'm saying, looking back to the psychology of being ages 10 through 15, it's like, yeah, like your parents was right. Would you jump off a bridge with your friend if your friend did? Kinda. Like maybe not literally, but symbolically, probably. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because you a kid, you don't know no better. There are literally certain psychological and spiritual developments that have not happened yet and take experience, but those experiences we can't get confused with full on intentional manipulation. Like, it wasn't like David was also maybe under certain psychological impressions and also biologically 15. You know how different it is if David was 15 and Celeste was the same exact age. You know how different the circumstances, the psychology, and the value of this situation is. It's completely different, even if it's not quote unquote okay. No matter if that changes or not. I'm not even going to speak towards that. You know what I'm saying? So we got to realize the things we just entertain can also contain us. You have to have a As I was saying, my bad, y'all. Like I don't be lying to y'all, bro. I'm really working with what I got, doing the best I can, bro. My computer freezing, blacked out on me again. It's cool, bro. We're gonna get the message out either way. I promise y'all. But like I was saying, bro, let me full screen this. Like I was saying, bro, we really should just not we. My bad, y'all. See that blackout cooked me. I ain't gonna lie, they cooked me. They cooked me. Oh yeah, the psychology. I was talking about the psychology. Yeah, being that young, bro, you're vulnerable. Like I said, like you're vulnerable, and when you're that young, you're easily impressionable. And like I said, if she was the same age and he was 15, even with the surrounding circumstances, it is so much different still. But in those ages specifically, I remember what it was like for me and how easily I was influenced. I'm not even gonna say easily because obviously for me to come to a intellectual space that I'm in now and the spiritual space that I'm in now, it wasn't easy. It was just like I said, what separates what we call good people and good spirits from bad people and bad spirits is their willingness to fight their demons, and not let their demons consume them, light them, glitz and glam it up, put them in some diamonds, put them in some nice cars, and let them drive the wheel. You feel me? At the end of the day, I'm gonna fight mine to the end. And that's just what it is. That's the fight of flesh. And he has a video talking about that. I hope somebody's seen it. I don't even feel like searching all that shit up, bro, because it was in another video. I think a Trap Lil Ross video. But he talked about how being in LA in the music scene, there's a fight between flesh and your religious values, your fleshly value, your flesh desires, and your religious values. He talked about that. A lot of the perspective and points that I'm making is stuff that is actually not even speculation. It's just analyzing the habits, the behaviors, the symbolism, the imagery, the representations. It all make sense. Like I said, either he's cooked and he really did it and it's just straight cooked, or this is literally the worst coincidental lineup of choreography ever. Like this is the worst line of coincidences like ever. So regardless, it's no out. So that's why I say I think God is going to really bring appropriate justice in whatever way that is, and I think the truth of his involvement will be will come to the light. The truth of his involvement will be how he is treated in this situation. Like I feel like this is bigger than just put him in jail. We get that. Like well, that should have been happened. That's why I don't know if I talked about that in this video. That was the thing. The last one I recorded, I talked about the political ties, and that's something not many people speaking about, bro. Because I feel like if it was any old Joe Schmo, would he have not been arrested? Be real. If this was a case with any old Joe Schmo, boy, whoever named that carton is fried. Bish. I don't care who. I don't care if they literally didn't have nothing to do with nothing. No, not me. Any Joe Schmo, a body in your bit, bitch. But you cook, bitch. It's over, bitch. Bitch. Out, bitch. You feel me? My bad. Sister came in. But yeah, bro, I'm gonna wrap this up because the last video I made was 30 minutes. I don't want to make this too long. At the end of the day, I really, really want the well, I'm not even saying I want because I can't control nothing, but I would like for the media to give Celeste family more of a break. The content on this has been like bing bong boom bong. They getting them bitches off. They getting them bitches off. Like that. Oh, I just some spit specs. My bad, y'all. I'm tripping. But I know Trap Lil Ross done made a couple of thou this month, boy. He tripping. And me personally, I mess with Trap Lil Ross journalism and this ability to tell a story through without even being there, basically. Like he's able to tell a story through just giving him information and data and the circumstantial, surrounding circumstances. My bad. He'd make a whole little documentary, tell your whole life story, all that. So yeah, bro. I don't know, bro. I really would like I said, I'm not making no more videos about this. The first video had really good feedback because y'all really appreciated the raw, unedited, and unique perspective. Just to be real, y'all really rock with it. So I just wanted to kind of, follow that up and shit. But I don't. It's just at this point, what more is there really to even say? Like legitimately, what more is there to say? I'm gonna kind of round this out with my bad. Y'all. I had wrote a big ass outline for this video, but I really ain't even touch on none of the outline. Like some of the reasons I do actually feel like it's a political tie-in though, because like I said, if any old Joe Schmo would have did this, the circumstantial evidence, he would have at least have been held in some way, shape, or form, whether it just be he's held for the weekend and he made bail for some other charge, or he was held in some way for this for 48 hours or whatever the case may be. He would have been held and interrogated off the bat. So, and also you have to think, bro, this dude was not just no anybody. Let's look at his stats, bro. When you become this level of influential, I feel like there becomes a certain level of almost like political intertwinement, because you are now a commodity to the corporation of America. 186 million, one platform, 250 million, one platform, 38 million, one platform, 34 million, one platform. So this dude, whether you like it or I like it, was somebody. He was somebody. And LA has some of the most occultic, let's just say, scene, like the depth of the occultism in that scene specifically goes really, really deep. And there are many, many, many forms of sacrifice through choir, through expression, through sex. And I feel like this is just a situation where he was using her as his muse, as a way to fuel his artistry. Because for them to have shh on their fingers, for her, it could just be, David's just telling me to get a tattoo. For him, he has full on intentions. Like I said, bro, the psychology of both sides is, David, I can give you no grace. I have no grace for you. But Celeste, I got all the grace. Like that mental think back to being 10, 11, 12, 13. Imagine if one of your favorite ever celebrities just wanted you and wanted to do with you whatever. And they did it in a way where it's not as obvious. The destructive influences, the destructive behavior, the destructive patterns, the destructive direction is not being shown as that. So everything looking all right in somewhat shape or form, but at the end of the day, all the values of it is completely thrown off, and the intentions is not great. You know what I'm saying? So, moment of silence for Celeste Rivas and her family, bro. To the media, can y'all please just have a little more integrity for the family? That's all I can ask, bro. A little more integrity for the family, bro. That's all I ask. Out. We're gonna do this thing again for show. Not this topic or nothing. But y'all know we building something. We building something for real, and it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. We locked in. Like, comment. You know the rest. Hey, we out. Please tell me that recording game for real. Please tell me. Bro, what the hell? Okay.